All right, if I may have your attention, please. I'd like to turn the program over here to Emily and her friend Goose. Can you say the dog's name, Goose? So I'm going to ask Emily to explain a little of the organization, maybe about her experience that she has had with the Valor service dogs, and then turn it over to her.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
You can have more
Freedom.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. All right, good. Nope, down. So he's actually a graduated service dog, and so he never gets to work for treats. So he is very excited that I brought treats today, which is why he is, he's not going to take his eyes off me. But hello, my name is Emily Dash. I'm from Valor Service Dogs. We're located in Waimama off the Big Bend exit, so not too far from you guys. So what we do is we train service dogs for veterans and first responders. On the veteran side, we train for veterans that served on or after 9/11, and then for first responders, we serve anybody who is injured in the line of duty. The only reason we sort of narrowed down on veterans is to control the amount of people applying to us. We're a small organization and we simply can't help everybody. We train usually about 13 dogs in our program all the time, and then we graduate around 8 each year. Right now we have close to 40 dogs out in the world working with their forever heroes. So we're really proud about that. We place dogs in all 50 states. We have not placed a dog in Hawaii yet, but we did have one in Alaska for a long time. So the way we do it is we have our veterans and our first responders come to us for a week and train with us in Waimama. And we, at that point, have already decided what dog we think is the perfect dog for them based on their lifestyle, what their goals are, what they like to accomplish. Because, you know, to us, this could be a 10-year partnership, so we really have to understand their right now and their future. So they come to us, they train for a week, and really get to know each other. One of the most important things that the veteran or first responder learns is the dog's vocabulary. I mean, it's a dog, and so we teach it commands its whole life with us, which is about 2 years. But they can learn up to 40 commands with us. Some dogs it'll be 20, some dogs it'll be 40. So a lot of the week that they're working with us, it's the person learning the dog's words and the dog learning that they need to start listening to a new person. So it's a really fun week of two individuals getting to know each other. They spend a lot of time cuddling. I mean, building that bond is one of the most important things in that week. So a service dog for us, whether it's for a first responder or a veteran, can be trained for mobility assistance or PTSD support. So on the mobility side, we have people that have applied that have lost limbs, that struggle maybe due to inner ear damage, bending over, picking up objects off the floor because they get dizzy and they could fall over. So a lot of the dogs on the mobility side will learn retrievals. So you can put items, could be all over your house, and the dog will learn a certain word so that the person could ask the dog to go and find my phone and bring it back to them. Nope. And it can be as complicated as a water bottle in the refrigerator. We'll teach dogs if they need to. We tie like a rope on the handle of your refrigerator. The dog learns how to open the fridge, get a bottle of water, bring it to you, and most importantly, go back and close the fridge. That's critical to success. And so it's a lot of retrievals on the mobility side of things. If someone is in a wheelchair, we can teach a dog in a different style of vest. It'll have a little handle on top. And so we can teach a dog to get used to someone's hand being on that handle. And if there were a slight incline, the dog would really hustle and help pull a person in a wheelchair up an incline. And we can also use that if someone is in and out of a wheelchair. They make vests that have sort of like a bracing thing on top where a person could use that almost like a little table that they're pushing on, which is weird for a dog. They don't want to be pushed on the top of their back. Most dogs, if you go home and do that to your dog, they'll kind of hunch and be like, what are you doing? So it takes a lot of training to teach a dog that that's safe, and we prepare them for that. And so when they say brace, the dog sort of stands strong so that someone can do that instead of going down and making it weird. On the PTSD support side of things, a lot of what our dogs are doing are distracting. If someone is in a situation where their anxiety is going up and they feel like they could be getting to a point of not feeling safe or having a panic attack, the dog's job is to notice their signs of that and interrupt them. We can't necessarily make someone not have a panic attack or not think a situation is overwhelming and scary, but we can distract them from that with our dogs. And so their job is to just interrupt so that that person cannot fixate on what was really stressing them out. And if you have a dog, you sort of know it's really hard to be upset when a dog's just in your face wanting love. And so we teach these dogs to kind of force those interactions. So at least for a moment, that person's like, oh, yeah, dog. And if you do that over and over, it helps people work through, given all the other tools that they probably have in therapy, work through a stressful situation. So that's more on the PTSD side of things. We also work with people that are struggling with nightmares, and so our dogs in those situations are taught how to recognize what that looks like and wake up their recipient in the middle of the night, usually with a lot of face kisses. We can't help that. They just, once you tell a dog, to wake someone up, they're like, yes, I will kiss your face over and over and over until you tell me not to. So that's always kind of a fun one to train for. And it is funny for them to realize what's just rolling around, which is fine, versus actually having a nightmare so that your dog's not waking you up every time you roll over. So Goose is our ambassador dog at Valor Service Dogs. He was trained and placed with a first responder for a while. They were going through some issues at home, and they actually elected to return the dog. We always say, come back to us if you can't take care of this dog anymore. So they did exactly what we asked them to do. They returned the dog to us. Goose was already 5 years old, and because he's a large breed dog, we didn't want to replace him with someone, given that large breeds don't live for that long. So we hope that he lives, 13, 14, we'd love it. But a dog could retire around 9 years old. And so we didn't want to have a shortened working life for someone because, as we all know, to say goodbye one day is traumatic. We don't want to add trauma. So I, working for Valor Service Dogs, lucked out to get the most unicorn perfect dog in the world, as long as I agreed that he's an ambassador dog and we do events like this. So he knows it. He loves it. He loves coming out and meeting people. We do sometimes allow him to greet people so that he can kind of find that balance of showing all his skills, but also behaving very calmly in public, because we take him to elementary schools and all different schools. And so he's so calm, he can actually understand the difference between being in service dog mode and being in more of a therapy dog capacity where he's able to greet people. One of the important things we always like to have as a takeaway is why dogs often wear do not pet patches. It's not because we're being mean and we just don't want to talk to you or have you talk to our dog. If he is specifically a PTSD support dog, his job is to be really focused on his handler, or he will miss those signs of anxiety and those cues. And so when people are on the side, making kissy faces or like waving and doing all those things a dog would love and their tails wagging, they're happy. They could miss some of those moments that they were actually supposed to be helping their person. And the more those moments stack on top of each other, the worse it's going to get. So that's typically why a dog has a do not pet. It's not to be mean, it's just so they don't miss anything. Because the person probably is not in a state to ask for help. And so we need the dog to be smarter than all of us in that moment. So if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind showing some of the things Goose knows. He likes to show off. He's going to be very excited for these. Since I'm already down here, I'm going to start with some of the signs of anxiety that we teach each dog. One of them is putting your head in your hands. I won't do it yet. I don't need the face kiss quite yet. The other one is tapping your leg pretty aggressively over and over. And the other one is wringing your hands. And so we'll teach a dog, once they see that, to continue to interrupt it. I know it. He's on to me now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you have to accept the kiss, of course. And then another one would just be, once he's on to it, he's very good.
Thank you. Thank you. Good boy.
Goose, over here. Okay. The other one is tapping your leg, and so he'll just sort of bop it with his nose over and over. Thank you, good boy. Good boy. He's getting a little rougher with it. Make sure I understood he was helping. You have to accept the slobber on your pants. That's part of the gig. Okay, so some of his retrievals he likes to do. The common ones that are most helpful around the house are leash, vest, remote, and phone. And then sometimes water bottles, not only for hydration, but a lot of times if people have lost a limb, the way they get their prosthetic back on, there's some like spritzing that's needed, and so we will teach those dogs these specific spray bottles. And even if they're going to someone who's lost a limb, we'll teach the dog their prosthetic as well. So they can say something that sounds funny, but like, go get my arm. And the dog knows what they mean, and they bring back this heavy arm. It's pretty impressive. I'll show you what I have today. Okay, wait. Wait. The phone is a tricky one. It's so flat, but he will give it his best effort. Wait. Goose, get my phone. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Good boy. I know. You want 2 for that. Okay. Goose, get your leash. That's it. That's it. Good boy. Good boy. And then a couple other ones that we use for like PTSD support. I know we're done with that. I don't want him to break this, so just give me a second. These are more things that just initiate that contact with the dog that can be used to distract or for like grounding purposes, just to make someone's heart rate literally slow down. Whatever was elevating it, when you have weight on you, specifically from a dog, it can help regulate your heart rate. Lap. Good boy. No, nope, lap. Lap. Good boy. And so he's supposed to be putting his weight on me. Goose lap. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Good boy. And so that's an asked for command if someone feels like they need that. And then, oh, we forgot to show your vest. You want to do your vest? The vest, I don't see anything to hang it on, but usually once they're getting a little better at things, we'll start like hanging the leash on tricky places to get to, or hanging the vest on a hook. The normal places you would put things like this in your house, and so we get progressively harder as they become better at it. I was thinking I might bring one down to one of these chairs and see if he'll take the long way around to go get it. Because everything always isn't within eyesight, so it's part of a dog learning to really go search. And so if you hear me say, that's it, that's our way of communicating to the dog that they're on the right track. It's sort of like the hot and cold game you would play with a kid. When we say that's it, they think, okay, I'm moving in the right direction. If he's moving in the wrong direction, I'll say nope, and he just knows I'm not going in the right direction. So let me find somewhere a little trickier. All right, wait. All right, let's see. I won't make it too hard. Can you watch this for me? All right, you just leave it right here. All right, Goose. Hey, buddy. Goose, get your vest. Nope. Nope. Go. Nope. Get your vest. That's it. Nope. Get your vest. Nope. That's it. You can jump. Go. Go get your vest. That's it. You got it. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, get your vest. Whoa, sorry, buddy. Get your vest. No, nope, leave it. Good boy, get your vest. Nope. That's it, buddy. That's it. Nope. Goosey. Nope, get your vest. Do like Goose. Goose, get your vest. You smelling it? Come on, Goosey. Get your vest. Nope. That's it. Nope. Goosey. Goosey. Oh, you found it. Good boy. I know, that was hard. Good boy. All right, dress. Good job. So that's Goose's little show off for the day. Are there any questions I can answer from anybody about service dogs? Yep. Say that again. So we have our dogs training from when they're 8 weeks old to almost 2 years old. So for them to know all this, it's a pretty long time before we can graduate them. Goose, over here. No. Oh. Okay. Good boy. Any other questions I can answer? Yep. Oh, it's like someone else tapping their leg. We work a lot on our dogs that are service dogs. We call it being monogamous, where we really do just want them focusing on their person, because everyone around them could be tapping their leg or putting their head in their hands. And so we teach them not to really care about that, to just focus on their person, like it's just a marriage. Then they will keep interrupting it. So if someone says, like, I do this, but it's not a sign of my, like, escalating nerves, then we would maybe not teach the dog that. Depending on where the dog was in their training, they might have already learned it. But I mean, it is funny, because sometimes people are like, the dog won't stop tapping my leg. And we're like, well, that's because you won't stop tapping your leg. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Yes? Goose is a lab golden mix, but we work with those mixes, and we also work with labs and golden retrievers. We love the two breeds for this kind of work. It's a great balance of a drive to work, but also they can be a couch potato too. And we find that normal life is working and being a couch potato, and so that personality seems to really fit with people's everyday life. Yes? No, Goose has not had a surgery. Yes? Yeah, I think at the very end, if the kids or any adults want to line up, and Goose is being calm and we'll just lay right here, you guys can come in front of the stage, and then he can say hi to you from right here. We'll just need everybody to be calm and gentle, and as long as he's calm, I'll let him keep doing it. If he gets a little excited, we'll have to stop, because he's not allowed to do that. Yes? Would he get a cup? If we needed him to, we would train him to learn what a cup was. Yep. No, so we do have a breeding program at Valor Service Dogs, so some of our dogs do go on to have puppies. But Goose was never a dad, just him. Yes?
Do you also train black labs?
Yeah, we train any of the color labs and golden retrievers. Yes?
Did Goose ever, see other dogs have other babies get them?
Yeah, Goose did meet the puppies when we had them, and he tried to be sweet. His paws are so big that when he tried to play, it was a little dangerous. So he could only meet them through a fence. I think, you know, when your paws are this big and the puppy's this big, it's a little dicey, so. Any other questions I can answer? Otherwise, thank you guys. I have flyers up here if you want more information. I have coloring sheets for the kids if you want to take something home to color. But we really appreciate you guys having us out here to talk about Valor service dogs. Good boy, Goose.
Thank you, thank you, Emily. Is that on?
Switch up.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Thank you, Goose. A couple of announcements. We had originally this scheduled for February, and many of you donated at that time, and we kept the money in the treasury that we're going to write one check out to the Valor service dogs. But we are collecting today for those of you who would like to make a donation or who do not have the opportunity to do that in February. So these bags are on your table. Feel free to use them to put a check or a monetary donation in. If you like to use the square and donate by credit card, Nicole has the square right there, and she'll be glad to take your donation there. Also, I want to mention that we do have, I think it's, let me see, we have some donuts that are left over. I think it's about 6 dozen. And if you'd like to take some home, make a donation and take those home, all the money will go toward the Valor service dogs, okay? I think now at the end, as Emily mentioned, maybe we should just take about 5 or 6 children. Let's take 6 or 7 children to line up over there, and we'll just go slowly. Just those 6 there, and then everybody else sit down. No, over here, everybody else sit down. Just, we'll go in order. The first 6 there, and then the next 6. So be very careful as you come by. Let's give Emily and Goose a round of applause.